What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the Coach Plugged In channel. You are here with the one and only Coach K. No, I'm just playing, but today we're going to be talking about what's in my backpack. I am sitting here with my backpack. I have the eBags professional slim laptop bag. It's a very good bag, and so today we're going to be checking that bag out and checking out some of the things that I take with me on my travel for when I'm going to games, recruiting, or even when I'm just going back and forth to work. This is my everyday carry. So with that being said, let's plug in. So let's dive right into the backpack. We got all of the slots. The best part I like about the backpack is it has a full zip, goes all the way around to the bottom. So in the big pack at the top, I always keep my MacBook Pro. So this right here is a Pro case. And I have my 13-inch MacBook Pro in here. This is a base model, 128 gig MacBook Pro, but I use it as my daily driver for all of my documents. So that's what's in the biggest pack there. The next pack is it has this nice little felt sleeve for the iPad or for a tablet, and I keep my 2018 iPad Pro here, 256 gig, and the case is from a company called Z-Top, maybe saying that right or wrong, but I'll have it listed below. And then the next slot also zips all the way down to the bottom. Usually I keep in here a legal pad, take some notes down if I want to, because we still need paper. But I also keep in here my 10.2 inch iPad. I guess everybody's calling this the 10.2 inch iPad, or just the iPad 7th gen, or just the iPad. But I have that here also with the Smart Folio keyboard with it. So I actually use this a lot more when it comes to typing and writing documents rather than using my other iPad, just because I don't have the keyboard for that iPad. So next we're gonna move right into the front pouch right here. This is the organization pouch in it. As you can see, it is nice and open. So I'll start taking out some of the things that's in that. First and foremost, I usually carry this with me. This is the LumaFusion plastic. It's a laptop / phone stand. The best part about it is it can open up. It has height adjustment on it. You just push a little button in the center and it has height adjustment, and it collapses. So I carry that with me whenever I want. Next is the M1 wireless mouse from Satechi, if y'all can see that. The M1 wireless mouse from Satechi. I like this mouse because it connects easily. I only have it connected to my iPad Pro. I could, always disconnect it and connect it to whatever other device I'm using, but I like to just keep it connected to the iPad Pro just so I don't have to touch the screen as much. Next, I would have to say I have this little sleeve up here, and here is where I keep the Logitech crown, if I can get that to get into focus. But the Logitech crown right here, I use this because I don't have the Apple Pencil, and I will look into getting the Apple Pencil at some point. But the best part about this is it connects up to my other devices. So I can connect it to my 10.2 inch iPad as well as my iPad Pro, versus the Apple Pencil 2.0. It only connects to the iPad Pro. So I wouldn't be able to use it with my 10.2 inch iPad. So this right here is great. My USB-C hub of choice on the road is the Anchor USB-C hub. It has the SD and micro SD card slots, the HDMI slot, and then 2 USB-A ports. I can connect it to both my MacBook and my iPad Pro, so I use this on the daily, especially when you're at a hotel and you want to plug it up to your computer or your iPad and plug in that HDMI port on the hotel TV and use that to watch film or anything else that you want. I have a microfiber cloth from a company called Carson. So this right here, I can just open this up, wipe off the lenses on my eyeglasses, or I can wipe off the screens on my phone or the iPads or even the Mac if I wanted to. Usually I won't have this in this pouch, but I usually carry with me the iPhone 11, not the Pro, but just the iPhone 11 in the black or gray edition. It is, you know, I like it because it's good, it's handy, it's heavy, not as heavy as the Pro, but it's got the 2 cameras. I don't need 3 cameras, but I have looked into getting the iPhone 12, potentially the Pro version, just because I would like to see that telephoto lens, but y'all let me know what y'all think. My glasses of choice is I have the Ricky Smiley glasses. I just have a basic case for them, but I use these whenever I'm in my focus mode. I put them on, I can see clear. Moving right along though, this little pouch over here, I usually keep another pair of Apple headphones with me, just because of the fact that I went on a road trip a while back and I was on a charter bus with the whole team. I looked up and I did not have my AirPods. That really sucked. So I didn't have my AirPods and I didn't have a pair of headphones with me that were wired. And I was on the bus the whole time just listening to people talk. And when I tried to sleep, that was the most unproductive 7 hours that I've ever had, because usually I can just put on a podcast or some music and I can just kind of get my sleep on, or I can try to do some work. But when you hear the bus and then you hear people talking, it just doesn't go all that well. So that didn't work out for me. And then next I have a thumb drive that's from a company called Hutu. I don't know if y'all can see that, but company called Hutu. It has a lightning connector on one side and a USB-A on the other. It's a 32 gig thumb drive. The only thing about this is it doesn't work well with the new Files app on iPad OS. So it has its own application, so it doesn't work well with it. But I do like it because of the fact that I was able to take things from my iPhone or iPad and put them onto someone else's computer or onto my computer. Then I have the SanDisk USB-C and USB-A. One side is a USB-C that can go right into my iPad or my MacBook Pro, and then the other side is USB-A, and I can plug that into an assortment of devices. So that's really good. This one right here is only a 32 gigabyte one. I'm thinking about getting a couple more of these. But then also, if you guys could let me know down in the comments what would be the best SSD, portable SSD to get. I've looked at the SanDisk Extreme, I've looked at the Samsung T5, but I really want to know what you guys are thinking. So let me know down in the comments what would be the best SSD, portable SSD to get for my MacBook and or my iPad Pro. Down in the very bottom of this, I just keep an assortment of pens and pencils and even, you know, Expo markers or even Sharpies. I just keep an assortment of those just because you never know what you're gonna need. So I use that pencil pack pretty heavily. We're moving right to this front pouch right here. We have in here, gotta keep you some gum, gotta keep you some extra gum. Got the big pack because, you know, when you're coach, you got your whole team wanting to get some. Head coaches want some, so you know you gotta keep it handy. I keep me some chapstick, got my chapstick on deck, and some Dramamine. I have motion sickness sometimes, so that's no fun. But at the same time, you know, you get you a little bit of that, and you know, take it 30 minutes before you get on the trip, and you're good to go. And then lastly is my AirPods. This is the 2nd generation. I have a case by Nomad on this, but I use these suckers every single day. If you don't have some, get you some. There's also some alternatives out now. I kind of want to check those out because they're on the more of the budget side. And I'm trying to make sure that, you know, I give you all the best options possible. But these right here, best option possible if you can afford it. I haven't gotten into getting the AirPods Pro. I have tested them out before in the Apple Store. They're great. I just haven't been able to cough out, you know, a little over $250. Maybe one day. Support the channel, I don't know. Then the last pouch, there's a pouch right here in the front, and that's where I keep all of my charging accessories. So this right here is my main charging accessory right here. This is the Satechi 75 watt travel charger that has power delivery USB-C 60 watt at the top, then a 18 watt USB-C power delivery. Then we also have two be a travel charging port. So this thing right here is a one-stop shop. Thank you, Satechi, for making this, because you know, you guys make great products, but anybody that's looking for a product that will charge all of your devices on the trip, this can charge my MacBook, both my iPads, my iPhone, my watch, my AirPods, all right here. I can charge everything right here. But then I'll also carry with me from a company called Matka, something like that, maybe. I'll have it linked below, but I had this one right here. I've had this one for about almost 3 years actually, and this one's, you know, tried and true. It does the job. I have a power delivery USB-C port, and then I also have 2 USB-A ports. So it does, you know, I've charged with this one for a very long time. I still bring it with me because sometimes I will leave my Satechi at home just in case, leave it at the office or something like that, but I always have this one with me. Then I have my cords, and so I have an Anchor USB-C to Lightning port. Then I have the Satechi USB-A to USB-C cord here. Then I have the Satechi USB-A to, I don't even know what they even call these. The only thing this charges is actually, it charges my power brick, and I do not know what company this power brick is from actually, but it is a 10,000 milliamp power brick, and I can charge 2 devices at one time. I usually just use this to charge up my phone on a trip, or you know, boot back up my AirPods or something like that. I also have the regular Apple Lightning cord here, USB-A to Lightning, and then the USB-A to Apple Watch charger cord right here. And then lastly, on the side here, it has this full zip on the side right here for a water bottle. And then I have my hydro flask. You know, this is a 709 milliliter bottle. I fill this up a couple times a day. Make sure you stay hydrated. I actually went out and on Amazon, I got a straw for it because I got tired of opening the bottle every day. So I just, you know, I go ahead and get my water in. Make sure you're drinking your water, stay hydrated, especially on road trips. But that about sums it up. Everything that I've talked about in this video will be linked down below. If it's not linked down below and you have any questions about anything that I've talked about, you know, make sure to leave it in the comments for me. I will make sure I get back with you. But that right there is what a coach carries, what this coach carries in his backpack to make sure he's staying productive every day, especially while we're on the road. And then I also carry this back and forth to work. So this is my everyday carry from eBags. I'll also link eBags down up in the description below. So if you guys made it this far, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and that's all that I have for you today. This is Coach K. Thanks for plugging in. Peace.